Hello everyone, it's the Axle Shifter here, and I'm back with a brand new Multiverse Wars episode number 29. Not near as good as 25, but yeah, still. And we're going to be seeing who would win this battle, the battle between two fucking American looking like people, because, they have the American, basically. Captain Falcon from F-Zero versus All Might from My Hero Academia. This is the battle between two of these characters and who would win this fucking all-American battle. Because I just keep saying it, because why not? And before we get to this battle and who would win, just a simple reminder, basically, follow my Instagram, really. I know I don't really mention it a lot, but I will try to mention it a lot more because I do post some pretty cool stuff there. And also stay tuned for the 30th episode of this series, because we are one episode away from it. Basically, it's going to be the 30th episode next time. And we already know what that is when you posted stuff thing. Yeah. But yeah, without further ado, let's do this. In the distant year of 2560, after humanity has long since made contact with the countless species across the entire galaxy, a new form of entertainment has arisen in the world. An extreme death race of flying cars going past the speed of sound, with no rules or regulations, sending your opponents flying off the track. Very little is known about the multiple times at F-Zero Grand Prix champion, Captain Falcon, of course. He is an anonymous F-Zero racer and a bounty hunter as well, who hails from Port Town and pilots the iconic Blue Falcon, an F-Zero machine that is well known for its rounded speed, acceleration, and weight. But now that we know the basics about Captain Falcon, we're going on to its most important aspects for this episode, and really its entire show in general, to be honest. It's his strength, speed, durability, and more. Let's do this. As for his fighting skill, it is still pretty good, as he is capable of dodging laser gunfire and even counters it with his own, and on top of that, it's capable of killing an enemy, this crocodile guy, for example, in just one shot. And we cannot forget about his driving skill. After all, the F-Zero franchise is a racing series after all, so it's natural that the Captain Falcon is extremely skilled when it comes to racing, as he is racing the Blue Falcon, of course, which goes extremely fast, as he's also capable of swerving away around falling boulders while racing at top speed. He's even capable of dodging obstacles and closing doors when attempting to escape from an exploding building. He even maneuvers through narrow streets while traffic and while being able to unstable to go beneath 700 kilometers an hour. He even is able to jump across a right angle to knock off a bomb on the top of his machine. And in one time, he was even able to save a baby from some train tracks at the last second, proving that he is extremely fast when it comes to his reaction time. And yes, we have to talk about the classic, the iconic
Falcon Punch!
Man, such classic times. Okay, but anyways, now as for his weaknesses, well, he's of course not the most talented fighter in fiction, as he could still technically be beaten if you know the right moves. Also, if he uses his force field for too long, it will basically cause to break and stun him. Also, other characters can beat him. But now that we're done with Captain Falcon, now let's move on to All Might. He is across Japan known as a #1 pro hero. He's such an incredible hero, in fact, that his mere presence alone causes the fucking crime rate to drop significantly. But after severing a fatal blow in terms of battle, he can only operate as a hero for fucking 3 hours a day. And the time limit is rapidly shrinking, of course. But he does eventually end up passing his power down to Ikusuga Minadori, but it doesn't mean his heroics end there, and it doesn't mean he's not powerful. Of course, he possesses superhuman strength, speed, and durability, and stamina, but we have to be more specific about that. We're going to be talking about most of his feats. For instance, when he was at the peak of his career, he was strong enough to lift a sky bridge to save people. And once again, he was strong enough to punch a villain down the street. Now let's talk about All Might's speed. For starters, he was fast enough to leap across the entire city in a single jump, proving that he is much faster than an average person. He also dodged an attack from All for One, and he's easily probably one of the faster characters in My Hero Academia, and All Might just completely dodged it like it was something normal or average to him. He's even fast enough to jump on high in the sky and reach a helicopter, but still, his durability speaks even greater volumes as he did survive the fall from that. And he also survived being punched at 5% by Deku, which is extremely impressive because that 5% punch is pretty powerful. But as for his weaknesses, on the other hand, he is pretty clearly no longer in his physical prime. Now, he is still powerful, but he's nowhere near as fucking goated as he was before the accident, of course. And once again, he could still be beat by other characters and can take physical damage. Now it's time I talk about who would actually win this fight. Now, I would say, in the end, All Might would win the battle, but it doesn't mean Captain Falcon, what the hell? That doesn't mean Captain Falcon won't put up a decent fight. I mean, he does have his Blue Falcon vehicle after all, and he could pretty easily maneuver a lot of his attacks, and he even has his dodging laser gun feat and countering with his own attack. But in the end, All Might just has far better strength and speed feats. And if you do count Smash Bros for this really thing, I mean, Captain Falcon would put up a more good, decent fight, and he still does, and he possibly might even win, but All Might just has far greater feats and stuff, and he's also probably more experienced than him, so yeah. So anyways, that's the end of today's episode of Multiverse Wars. See you later. Bye.